to another video. We're on episode 3, me learning how to bake for my capstone project. So today we're gonna be making Snickerdoodle cookies. It's pretty late, it's like 9 p.m, but it's the only time I got. Let's see, we have some of our ingredients laid out here. This isn't everything. We have 1 egg, half a cup of butter. The recipe calls for cream of tartar. I don't have that, but you're able to substitute it with lemon juice. Here we have 1 cup of sugar and also 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Just put them in there, and 3 grams of baking soda also in there. Just try to save up space. Got 1.5 cup of flour. All right, so we're gonna start off by taking our bowl, and we are going to take our butter. We're just gonna put it up in here. You want your butter to be room temperature as well. All right, so now that we have our just butter in here, we're gonna take our sugar. We're gonna add about 3/4 of it and save the rest for later. So you can just kind of estimate, but right here, we're good. This is what it should look like. Hey guys, you're gonna take your spatula or your whisk spoon, and you're just kind of gonna like mix them around together, I guess. That's what it told me. You're gonna take your 1 egg, you're gonna put it in here, crack it open, put it out. That there, got no excess on us. Just gonna keep it mixing. I think the egg should help out. So all right, so now that we have our wet ingredients sitting in that bowl right over there, we're gonna take a separate clean bowl. This is gonna be for our dry ingredients. We're gonna start off by taking our whisker as well. We're gonna take our flour right over here, 1.5 cups. All right guys, so I just finished cleaning everything up, putting the plates away. So we have our dry ingredients right here in this bowl, and then we have our wet ingredients right over here. The recipe tells us to pour the dry ingredients into the wet ingredient bowl and to gently fold everything and not to overmix. So once again, this recipe is from a TikTok video, and it's not like the most professional place to get a recipe from, but I genuinely don't know how to bake and I need like a visual example. So TikTok and like YouTube has been my best friend, honestly. Just gonna fold this guy in, and I'll get back to you guys after. Guys, I've been mixing, folding for some time, and it's pretty dry, and I don't know why. The recipe, theirs looks a bit more moist. This is very cakey. Like I could make cake pops with this. So I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna add a bit more milk. Hopefully that works. Let's add 1 teaspoon of milk now, just to moisten the cookies up. 2 teaspoons. Okay. Is it doing anything? Hey, it's getting there. Looks like this. I'm going to wrap it up and see what we can do. All right guys, so now that I finished sifting all of my dry ingredients like the flour, the salt, the baking soda, we're getting ready to put in our
juice because we don't have cream of tartar. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio. For every 1 teaspoon, I do cream of tartar, I do 2 of lemon. So this recipe calls for 1, meaning I'm gonna do 2. So we're gonna go to 2 teaspoons. This is 1 teaspoon. And so we're just gonna squish the juice. I'm gonna avoid getting any lemon seeds. So that's 1. And our second one. So I did some research on why people even use cream of tartar, and it's supposed to help with the taste. It's supposed to give you like a really zesty kind of taste, and it helps with the cracks on the top. So you gotta trust the recipe. You just kind of mix everything together.
All right, after a few trials and errors, we have the perfect enough consistency. Now we're going to cover our bowl with either like saran wrap or parchment paper. I prefer parchment paper, so I have it looking like this. And then we're gonna put it in the fridge for an hour or even more to just cool down. In the meantime, I'm gonna go do my homework and come back. All right guys, so it's been 2 hours since I've left the cookie dough in the fridge. It's very cold. Now we're gonna get ready to prepare our topping. So we have the 1/4 of a cup of sugar. This is just the remaining sugar we had from earlier. And then we have half a tablespoon of cinnamon. And while I'm doing this, I'm preheating the oven to 325 degrees. And then I'm gonna take my measuring tool. Gloves actually make it a lot harder. So you can just use your hands, but make sure they're washed. Just make sure I wash them really hard. Tara, back at 0. Should I do like 50 grams? Is that what I should aim for? I think 50 grams is like a good size actually. They're gonna be like this big. Just gonna let them sit. All right, now that I have all of the balls measured, what they look like, I'm going to take them one by one and I guess just coat them in this. They're a bit like sticky, which is very annoying, but I guess it's fine. And I guess you just kind of repeat this process for all of them. All right, so I just finished tossing all of them in the cinnamon. All right, guys, so I just finished tossing all of them in the cinnamon and the sugar. They look like. I'm gonna go in right now and put them into the oven for around 12 to 14 minutes, just depending until they look like they're good enough. And then we'll let them cool down for roughly 10-15 minutes. And then we'll do a taste test and see how that goes. All right, guys, so I just took them out of the oven. I let them stay in for about 20-ish minutes because I wanted them to actually cook. As you can see, they're a bit spread out, so we're gonna use a plate and circle them around so we can get a better shape. All right, now that I have all the cookies shaped up in my circles, I'm thinking of adding a bit more cinnamon just to give it more flavor. I was thinking of tossing them. Let's try one of these first. It's a bit, no, but it's really big. Okay, I think this thing, I'm gonna scoop up, I'm gonna sift it on top. I guess that works. Just kind of rub it in there. We want some more taste. That works. All right, guys, so I finished placing them on the plate. They look super cute. I'm gonna give this a little taste test because why not? Roca, please. It's kind of like cakey in a way, but I like it that way. You can taste the cinnamon. It's not too much. I really like it. Baking's going so good, you guys. Sorry. Anyways, that's all for today's episode. You'll see me back again in a week or so, maybe 2, because this is draining my pockets and my energy. Now I'm gonna go sit and clean up and edit. Good night, guys. See you on the next episode of me learning how to bake for my capstone project. Bye.